Yeah, pleased with the group, pleased with what they gave. Yeah, pleased with the performance. So yeah, obviously, I thought it was a tough day for us today with call off the doctor this morning around Bellegarde's illness, and Dorse still wasn't feeling 100%. Had to call up a few sort of young lads last minute to make up the squad. So going against what Chelsea had, I thought, especially late on in the game, I thought it may be tricky for us today once we started to tire and had to make substitutions. I thought it would be a tough day. But lads managed to produce another fantastic performance here in front of the home fans, and deserved the win really. I thought we were fairly comfortable for the most part. Some sloppiness with the ball first half, some crazy decisions that gave Chelsea a couple of opportunities, but in terms of them creating stuff when we were in shape and we were in a decent position, I thought we limited them. So really pleased, good performance.
If we'll just focus on the two midfielders, Lamina and João, just how important were they to the magnificent display today?
Yeah, incredible performance from both. Mario, obviously, we know is capable of big performances. I thought physically he was incredible today, led the team well as well. Good decisions with the ball. So yeah, Mario took like top midfield performance today, and then João for a lad his age to put in that sort of performance against the team, and the last couple really, I thought João's been very good in the last few. So big performance for someone of his age. Apart from getting tackled by Sterling when the whole team were in front of him, the rest of his performance was pretty much flawless. So really good.
How's Dawson as well for the injury?
Yeah, so sort of a deep cut across his knee, so stitched up, should be fine, will be no bother. Just couldn't really continue because it would have kept opening up. So doctors and physios are convinced he'll be fine for Brentford, which is important. Quick turnaround, small group. Santi did well, to be fair, when he came on. Worked really hard since he's arrived to get himself up to speed and understand what we do. And not an easy game to go on to, and I thought he did very well.
Ryan, okay as well, fatigue in general?
Obviously he's been out for a while, Ryan. So he signalled that he was feeling sort of tired. So the substitutions were sort of difficult today. We had Sasha as an attacking option on the bench, and then the rest were kids. All the attackers were kids. So every time we needed to change someone, it had to be a midfielder or a defender who was going on. So, but we do have 3 games in 6 days, so trying to get some of them off at key times was important. And the subs that went on, I thought had a really good impact. Tommy worked really hard. Hugo did well down that side, and Doc, as he always is, was a goal threat. As having to change an attacking player for a defender can obviously be seen as, obviously it helps us shore things up, but Doc's still a goal threat, which he showed. So really pleased for him because he's worked hard, and I'm sort of disappointed that I've not managed to use him as much as he deserves probably. But that is how the game goes sometimes, and being professional and being ready, and the way he works, he got his reward today and got us an important goal.
Yeah, just finally, I was going to ask about Matt. Actually, he's had to be patient for that chance, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's been really patient, and mainly because I've really liked what I've seen from. I think Nelson has done really well down that side, and obviously Doc can play on the left, but Ryan and Hugo are both there as well. So yeah, Doc understands. He's disappointed, of course, with our little game time he's had, and I'm disappointed as well that I've not found a way to use him more. But yeah, we are working on it. I understand that he needs to be playing matches, and obviously coming on the pitch and having an impact like that does no harm to his chances.
Yeah, that's great.
Thank you.
Just on Mario, the camera focused on it a few times on him just feeling his shoulder or his neck area. Is that something you have to manage?
Yeah, no, he's had sore shoulder. He tweaked it again today. I'm not too concerned. You don't use your shoulder too much playing football. So if it's a small one, then he'll be able to carry on. So there's no real concern around Mario for the Brentford game. He should be fine. We need him obviously. Big performance from him today that we need to see from him as often as we can.
Just on João, you mentioned how young he's still. Can you just give us an insight into the kind of things you've been working on with him to get him to that next level?
Yeah, everything really. Everything sort of that needs thought or structure. In the chaos, he's really good. Really good. Fantastic energy. The amount of times he wins the ball back, the amount of times he picks up loose balls is an incredible knack and energy around him. but then just being a little bit more secure in certain situations, understanding where we need him a little bit more, being a little bit cleaner with the ball. Technically, we're working on very hard with him, really hard, to try and just clean him up a little bit technically, because sometimes he can be a bit scruffy when he passes and not always nice passes to receive. So, yeah, I mean, sounds like they're criticisms, but they're not. They're just stuff that I think we can improve with him, working really hard. He buys it. He loves working extra as well. If you tell him he's got extras at the end of training, he absolutely loves it. So, working hard with him. But credit to him, that performance today was about energy and raw talent and will to go and show what you are against one of the biggest teams in the world. So, yeah, really pleased for him.
Was Pedro close to being involved?
Really close, yeah. So he's trained this week with a group. Just maybe hadn't done quite as much. He missed a day, I think, last week. He did a recovery instead of doing some sprints and high-speed running, and we just felt that there was maybe a box or two that was not fully ticked. And I know what he's like. If I'd have put him into a Premier League game, he'd have been going flat out. So it's just one where I didn't really feel comfortable throwing him in without making sure everything was definitely ticked off. He's done all of that. He's worked today. So he was able to work hard yesterday, knowing that he wasn't involved today. So worked hard yesterday, did loads of work with a view to being in the matchday squad at Brentford. So yeah, hopeful that he'll be fine next few days, and we'll see him again in the squad against Brentford.
Gary, 22 points from 18 games, 11th in the table. This team were bottom at Christmas last season. How proud are you with the group and nearly the first half of the season?
Yeah, really proud of the group. That sums it up, really. I think they've given everything, because it wasn't this group that was bottom at Christmas either. It was a group with this and lots of other senior players and players that have since moved for big fees. We sort of know the position the club were in with financial fair play and what they had to do in the summer to try and correct that. And the group is small and it has lost senior players. But it is together and it is willing to give absolutely everything. And even on tough days like last week at West Ham, it wasn't. Sometimes it can look like a lack of endeavour and ready to go and fight, and it isn't that with a group. Is sometimes the part of the process that we're in is that they sometimes make decisions and do things that aren't quite correct, and the Premier League's a ruthless league. So yeah, really pleased. 22 is a real good return. Really good. Obviously, we need to keep pushing forward. Love playing here at the minute. Fans have been incredible to me and to the group. One of my biggest positives so far is the connection with the fans. I absolutely love managing the team and leading the team out there. You can feel it when they start to get behind you and start to push the lads on. So yeah, really positive first 16 weeks or whatever it is. But lots of work still to do. So see how far we can push.
Gary, you mentioned earlier about losing the ball in the wrong space, and you said that last week as well. I just thought on the flip side, is there a time that's a good time to lose the ball? Is that when you're looking to sort of force a turnover and press? Could you explain how that works?
Yeah, no. So yeah, I'll try to do it more simply. But yeah, the group. Well, happy for them to lose the ball when we're trying to threaten people with it. So if we're trying to progress and we're trying to get in on goal, then of course there's an opportunity you're going to lose the ball. But when we've just won it back from sort of their corner and we go back to Sar, to lose the ball in that moment is absolutely crazy. And there was a couple of others where we were just loose. You know, we were able to tidy things up. I asked them to play in a fairly complicated way. We didn't come here against Chelsea today and sit behind the ball and accept that we'd have to be sort of without the ball, low down, try and counter-attack. That wasn't the game plan. It was let's try and have the ball, let's try and match Chelsea, and you need to have good quality with the ball in those moments. So because it can leave you open if you turn it over. So we turned it over too much in the first half, some technical errors, and got away with one or two really crazy mistakes. And then second half, much better. Managed to clear a few things up with them at half time. Much better, much more secure with the ball. But yeah, in short to your answer is, if we're trying to be progressive, then of course risk the ball. But if we need a spell with the ball, we in that spell we need to be really secure.
Is there an example then, maybe the second half, which was a good example of, say, that's a good time to lose the ball? As in, you're pleased with the moment where
Yeah, they made better decisions. So yeah, we were in front probably at that point. But I remember Zhao hooking a couple on, just putting it in behind. Channy will chase it. You know, like that's not a moment that we're in control of. We don't need to try and secure the ball at this moment and make 4 or 5 passes. We need to put it into a good area. We need to get up the pitch. So yeah, I'm all for playing and I'm all for us trying to have the ball, but trying to improve their understanding of each situation. I thought second half was really good. I thought the way we saw out the game, obviously the goal was disappointing, but the way we saw out the second half and made good decisions from throw-ins and good decisions from Sar. The second half was sort of a big sort of sign of progression for me on how you see out a game and how you make good decisions in it. Okay.
Adam, sorry.
Mario Lemina mentioned in his interview with Sky that you changed the tactics. You said you cleared something at the half time. Could you just explain what you kind of wanted in the second half different?
You know, when Ryan went down injured, it was obviously an opportunity to tweak a couple of things. So they Chelsea have used a few different systems, and they were using one that we hadn't really prepped for today. So could see it was going to cause us some problems in the first sort of 12, 15 minutes tactically. So yeah, was able to move a few things around when Ryan went down, which helped us. But then obviously you only have sort of a minute or so to rush things on to the players at that point. So then was able to just put a little bit more detail on it at half time. But I thought the change really helped them. I thought the lads took it really well, because it can be hard at that time to take it quickly when the Premier League game going on. But I thought from the first 15 minutes where Chelsea caused us some problems to the rest of the first half, and then the second half, I thought we were in real good control. Structure really was good without the ball. Don't remember too many situations Chelsea sort of relying on 1v1s down the outside or us giving the ball away in a silly area to create most of the chances. So yeah, lads did really well with we used 3 or 4 different structures today, which is good, because the group really struggled with that when I first came on. Sort of compared them to the group I had last year and the group I left, who I'd had for a while. They were really good at being adaptable, and I was able to throw stuff on them quite late. And I could see with this group early on that it was a problem for them, and I needed to try and make it a little bit more predictable and simple. But today wasn't that predictable and wasn't that simple, and they dealt with it really well. So really good from the lads to take it on the way they did.